What is happening? Today is a great day. I've got to bring my friend Freddy Quinne over to Belfast. I threatened to do this now for a couple of months, and I'm going to show Freddy around Belfast with one of my friends who does taxi tours, and I'm going to educate the ballot clean out of him.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't know anything, and I'm thick as fuck.
He'll be well educated. Look, Freddy, the plan is we're going to, by the end of it, you'll be representing Sinn Féin in Preston next year. Let's do it. Freddy, you didn't think you were going to get an education?
I really didn't. I was thinking about what I was going to do when you came to Manchester. I was just going to show you around the Arndale Centre. I literally was.
No, that's fine, because literally there isn't. The problem is, when I was talking to Freddy and I'd done his podcast, and anytime I talk to him, what I like about Freddy, he's just honest, and Freddy was like, I know fuck all about there. Right. And I went, you know what, that would be a lot of people in England. They really don't, because you know from doing the tours yard, most of them come over and go, I didn't know this and I didn't know that. But some people here would take offence with Freddy, but Freddy wasn't like being ignorant. He was just like, I genuinely don't know. Right. So I was like, I would love to take Freddy round, let him see, just for them to get an idea, because it's so fucking unique here, as you know.
Right, Freddy. Okay. That's a loyalist area over there, loyal to the crown. So that's how you know it's loyalist. See the fucking flags over there? See the Union Jacks?
Oh, right, okay.
Right? So we're always fighting in Belfast, right? And the kids were throwing stones at each other over the years. So instead of putting these big sculptures up, cost £300,000 them sculptures. Yeah. So what happens is the people in the falls called the balls in the falls, and over on the other side they called the Westies Testies. So they actually fight over the name. What happened was they built the Odyssey Arena, so they did back in 2000, and it's used as a concert arena where he's playing the SSE, right? And when it's not getting used as a concert arena, it uses an ice hockey arena. And they actually fought over the name of the ice hockey team. Somebody wanted to come with Belfast Bombers. You say you can't call them the Belfast Bombers, too many bombs in Belfast. Yeah. So they're called the Belfast Giants. Do you know what his nickname was before it was Dagger Dick? Fucking walnut whip. It was about that there size.
It was not used to say.
I've seen a bigger dick on in action, man.
Is it a tic tac or a knick knack?
I have another question, and I feel like this is.
You need to put your hand up.
Okay. I have a question. I feel like this is a pretty rudimentary question. The orange people, orange men?
Yes.
Orange men?
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
Are they loyalist or Republican?
Loyalist. Loyal to the crown, William of Orange.
Oh, right. So I thought in my head that maybe they'd be Republican because orange is in the flag of Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, the flag of Ireland is actually a flag of peace. Green for Irish Catholic because Ireland's green. White for peace, orange because of William of Orange.
And it was given to us by the French because their tricolour was a flag that brought them together.
Oh.
Thomas Macker brought it, and he went and founded the St Patrick's Brigade, the Fighting Irish in America.
And then but they burn it every year in their bonfires because they don't see it. They see it as a symbol of Irish symbolism, so they burn it on the 11th night when they have their bonfire to celebrate the burning of what they say is that they lit bonfires at the bottom of the Boyne.
Oh.
So the tricolour is a flag of resistance as well. That's why the Indians use it in our flag, and the Mexicans use it in our flag. Did you know the first governor of Mexico was a guy called Davenport? When the Irish were heading towards New York, they went off stray. Che Guevara, don't know if you heard of Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Che Guevara's grandmother was Irish, she was a Lynch. She's from County Sligo.
Sinead Guevara.
Sinead Guevara. She's a great singer. I've brought a few comedians. I had Susie McCabe and Derry, and I brought her, and there's an actual mural till Che Guevara. Yeah. And she was like, why is he there? And I was like, well, one, he's a revolutionary, and two, his grandmother was from Ireland and he's called Lynch. And she was like, fuck off, you'll claim anybody. I says, well, haven't fucking claimed you, Susie.
The Rupa Hotel was blown up by the IRA 33 times. People think it was the most bombed hotel it was in the Grand Central is, Paddy. The Grand Central was blown up 100 times. Now it's rebuilt, but the old Grand Central was blown up 100 times. There it is, the Seahorse. There's Rupa Hotel. So Bill Clinton stayed there, so he did, in the Rupa. All the Americans hate Bill Clinton, but he's renowned for his legacy is he really helped the peace process. He's one of the foundation stones. Paddy says you're good friends with Jason Manford.
Yeah, I know Jason, yeah.
I know him as well. I had him out in the tour. He's a fucking cock. So
is he?
Aye.
Well, we're going to the New Lodge, right, which is a Catholic housing estate. But speaking of Rihanna made a music video on it.
Oh, why?
Right? But the joke that I make about it is that when she was coming to Belfast, the guy here that does like the filming and gets all the trucks and stuff like that, they rang him up and they were like, here, we want to film a music video in Belfast for Rihanna. And he was like, what's it called? And your man on the phone was American. He went, I found love in a Bubbles Place. And he was like, oh right. And he took them to the Shankill, which is 100% Protestant. Loads of red and white and blue on it.
Yeah.
And they arrived and Rihanna went, this doesn't look hopeless, this looks like a festival's happening. And your man says, hopeless? I thought you said hopeless. He says, if you want hopeless, and he took her to the New Lodge.
This is North Belfast. North Belfast was the third most dangerous place in the world at one stage, and they've been serious. And Salvador and Beirut were first and second. A 1 mile square radius was over 500 murders. 1 mile. It won't be a family who haven't been affected by the past. But this is loyalist, this is Republican, and this is where we're starting to go into the chessboard.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're all literally right next to each other.
Yeah,
aren't they?
feet. People think our miles are actually feet. So you can see the Palestinian flags flying in Catholic areas. There's one flying from the 2 flags.
Yeah.
So there's a film called 71, and this is what it's based on, McGurk's Bar. Mr. McGurk's Bar got blew up in 1971. A loyalist UVF bomb was planted outside. They blew up his wife and they blew up his daughter. And there's the remains of the bar there, okay? And there's a memorial. So everywhere you go through Belfast.
It literally says there, McGurk's Bar Massacre.
Yeah. So they repainted the bar.
I mean, that's not a good advert, is it?
It's not an advert, so it isn't. What happens is it's remembrance. It's a remembrance, so it is for. That's what the bar was. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is New Lodge Road, okay? There was 117 people murdered from the Paddy'S Road to the Taximan Road, all on different occasions. There's over 3,500 murals painted from the 1970s till the present day.
Oh, wow.
And these are painted by local people who found the talent for art while in jail. They put it down as a religious war. It's nothing to do with religion. It's got to do with nationality.
Oh, was that when he sort of formed a coalition with Sinn Féin or something?
No, they didn't form a coalition with fucking Sinn Féin. Freddy, you're well off the fucking mark. Jesus Christ.
The DUP.
Was that the one? Arlene Foster.
Yes.
They're the opposites.
Oh,
Yes.
big time.
Right, okay,
yes.
okay.
They're the Democratic Unionist Party. They see themselves as British. They're all orange people. They're all loyalists, unionists, all that.
So DUP is the loyalist one, and then Sinn Féin is the Irish one.
Yes.
Okay.
That's one of the best ones I heard yet. Sinn Féin and fucking Boris Johnson in coalition together.
In a parallel universe, it maybe
I
would work.
knew it
I know
was...
the worst part is that wasn't a joke. You were fucking
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
I knew that.
Well,
I knew
Boris, is there any chance that you get your hair cut down before you head over?
I knew it was one of the two.
In 1989, Freddy, they basically opened up the prison. If you were a political prisoner, whether you were a loyalist, Republican, no matter what you had done, you were released under the Good Friday Agreement.
Yeah.
So you could have killed 18 people and no problem. They opened the gates and let you out because you were a political prisoner.
So this is
Was that not a really tense afternoon then? Like,
Well, it was a series, like over a series of months.
Oh,
It wasn't
right.
like one
Well,
day
it
they just
took 6 years.
Yeah.
The start of
see.
the peace process happened. But remember, they were just ordinary people caught in extraordinary circumstances. People didn't go out to kill people.
Yeah.
One day they had to take a side. So they did. And what happened was Paddy Keatley made a joke about the hunger strikers at the Fila, and he nearly got fucking killed.
really?
Seriously, you don't mess about.
Not just guy with problems.
You don't mess about saying anything about hunger strikers, because people will be totally offended. So they would.
And Freddy absolutely knows nothing.
I know he doesn't. So that's what he's got the Bible in the day, Paddy. But what it said is, if he says something at his concert, you know how tense it is. So there's thousands of murals throughout the country.
I was just gonna say, they're on
Yeah,
every fucking
so
house, aren't they? Do you not have like people like trying to fucking deface the murals
They used to, but they showed respect now.
Aye, so that's like a...
Yeah, that's the past. So you're asking about murals being defaced. So even remembrance gardens were defaced, but it's all stopped now. So it has, and as it says, when people are dead, they should be shown respect. But what happens is Our children here are taught English history. They're not taught any Irish history at all. So they don't know the meaning of the tricolour even.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. Teach people a foreign country's language. Teach people a foreign country's history. And that's why both histories should be taught together.
Yeah,
so it should. The other problem is we have a Catholic Church. We keep on teaching religion in schools, right? Yeah. What happens is religion should be taught at schools. The schools should be amalgamated together, Catholic and Protestant children. There's only 70 schools in the whole of the country are mixed. There's only 7% of the schools which are mixed in the whole of the north of Ireland. Okay? And the Catholic Church have a lot to blame for this. Some of the schools actually fly the Union Jack from their schools. If you're an Irish Catholic, you're not going to send your children to a school that flies the Union Jack.
Yeah.
If you're a Protestant, you're not going to send your children to a school that teaches the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
And lots of politicians rely on segregation.
Yeah.
So they do. They live in £1 million houses, you understand, where the working class live in social housing.
Yeah.
But keep the working class divided, and that's what it's about.
There's quite a lot of things that you wouldn't recognise or see, but it's them wee differences that and you probably have separate schools. Like you probably have Catholic schools over in England, and you probably have.
Yeah, but it's not important.
No, you will see. I seen Catholic schools, and I seen them walking out with hijabs on.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
So I went to a Catholic school, but in order to go to a Catholic school, you had to prove that you'd been to church like enough times. But the only reason that I went to a Catholic school is because it was just the best school in the area that you could go to. Yeah. So my dad just sort of made me go to church for a little bit until you could go, and then you could just go. But there was no there was no.
Are you baptised or anything?
Yes. Yes, I am baptised.
But what's the difference between an apple and an orange?
One's green and one's orange.
You can't get an apple bastard.
There we go.
Here's another joke for you from here, right? How do you know E.T. was a Protestant?
Because he phoned home?
No, because he looked like one.
Oh, right.
There's a good
If you want to make a cross community, you go, how do you know E.T. was a Catholic? Because he looked like one. You know, that's cross community spot. One of the homes, like all the Jews moved out at this part here because it was a flashpoint, right?
Yeah.
And they were knocking down the houses because it'd been sort of burnt out.
Yeah.
And when they hit one of the chimneys, there was thousands of gold sovereigns came out of the chimney. Right? Okay. And all the kids from the local area were fucking.
I've got the photograph of it.
In the rubble, and they called it the gold rush, right? Is it 71 or 72? Or was it 69? I don't know. 69. And all these kids had gold sovereigns, and I joke about it because the gold sovereign rings were a massive hit with the loyalists.
Yeah.
So I was like, did the fuckers make all rings out of it? Like, and just do that. I don't know if you know Tim McGarry. He's a comedian from here. He's in a TV programme that's been going the whole way through the Troubles and all. And big tall man. He's the presenter in the Blame Game, right?
Yeah.
So Tim was doing headline, I was doing MC, and the guy that was running the gigs was David Hull, and he says, next month, Paddy, we have Roy Walker on. He's actually here to see the whole situation. And I was like, right. He says, make a joke about Roy to try and sell tickets. Yeah. And I literally was going on stage in 2 seconds, and I'm trying to think of a joke about Roy, and I knew that he'd get done for stealing a car and left and went to England and joined the British Army band and told his lies. Like Roy Walker, catchphrase, Roy Walker, yeah. And he mean, I'm not going to say that about him. So I'm trying to think of something funny. So very quickly I went on and I went, look, Roy Walker's here. He's here next month if you want to get tickets. Actually, funny, I was sitting having a chat with Roy and he was telling me he's married to his sister. So the audience went, what? And I went, I know, crazy. Like, I was the same, but Roy was saying to me, it's okay. And I was like, I know, Roy, but like if you're married there, obviously, you've done stuff in the bedroom. And he went, yeah. And I was like, well, what was that like? And he's like, it's good, but it's not right. So I came off stage and they were holding Roy Walker back.
Really?
He was like, I'm gonna fucking kill that fat bastard, right? Yeah. So that Christmas I was meant to do a show with Jimmy Cricket. And Jimmy Cricket rang me 3 days after that there, what I done. Yeah. And he was like, Paddy, I was speaking to Roy and he was telling me what you done, and I was like, Jimmy, and he was like, no, it's not the type of acts I have, I'm a Christian and we don't like swearing and all. And I was like, I can do a clean set, don't be taking the gig off me. And he's like, I don't know, and all. It took me an hour and a half to convince him, right, that I wouldn't do it.
So funny.
So a week before the gig at Christmas, right, Jimmy Cricket rings me. I was driving the black taxis at the time, right? Yeah. My phone goes, I was like, hello. I was like, Paddy, it's Jimmy Cricket. Him, yes, Jimmy. Gig on Thursday night. He says, you can't do the gig. I went, no, it is, Jimmy. fuck you and fuck Roy Walker, 2 fucking cunts. And he's like, no, listen to me, Himmy, no, listen, nothing. You fucking led me along. You should have just told me in tune I wasn't fucking getting the fucking gig. Fuck you. And here is, look, it's nothing to do with Roy Walker, it's nothing to do with me. It's in a policeman's club and you didn't pass security. They're trying to get you, Freddy. They're trying to get you in Fenians and in fucking mobility scooters. Imagine Freddy Quinne being killed by a mobility scooter outside the prison in Belfast. I remember when I done the first gig in it, and I said to my man and dad, I'm doing a gig in the jail, so yeah. And my dad went, what for? And I went, no, it's a comedy night. He says, right, are we going? And I says, well, I'm not running the gig, I'm just on. You'll have to buy tickets. And he was like, how much is it? I said, 15 quid. He says, fuck me, I didn't go when it was free in, the same with dad.
Pardon?
Are you any wiser?
Yeah, I reckon I can. If you ask me things that you've told me, I reckon I could.
Sort of remembered.
Yeah. So, Boris Johnson went into a coalition with the DUP.
Good man.
Who are not Sinn Féin.
Yeah.
Sinn Féin are the Irish ones, DUP are the loyalist ones.
Yep.
The Orange men are after William of Orange.
Yep.
Who was a Dutch guy on a horse.
Yep.
That'll do. And there's still areas where you just can't go.
Well, I would go on the Shankill a bit now, but I have to say the other week I was on it, I went into a butcher's that I normally go into, and a guy walked in behind and didn't order anything and just went, what are you doing here?
Somebody says, Paddy.
But I didn't know if he was joking. He done it that quick. And then the butcher was sort of like, fuck off or something, and then he laughed and walked away. But that was the first time, because I go in and out of them areas now doing gigs, and I don't get any hassle. I really don't. But like my parents would still be a wee bit worried. They're like, oh my god, you get in there.
Some of it does feel like a dogs pissing against walls to mark
It's fucking tiger, 100%.
That's it.
And if you look up and down the streets, you'll just see the level of it. Like,
See this flag here, the white flag?
Yeah.
The Star of David's actually inside it. The reason is because the British only took 6 pieces of Ireland. That's actually the Star of David in the flag of Northern Ireland.
Is that, and I don't know why I have this in my head, but is that the flag of Ulster?
Yeah.
Oh, look at me! Fucking yes!
Ulster has 9 counties and the British only took 6.
I'll rain in your parade. It's actually not a flag, it's known as a banner.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, I feel like I got enough right to be really impressed with myself.
You got 10 out of 10 for
So
that
there's
one,
the
Fred.
Stars of David and the
actual
Northern
Israel
series.
flag.
Okay.
Fucking hell, yeah. That's a bit much, lads. Come on, Jesus, what? Bloody hell.
So this is the
So it's
famous.
like this-
This is the famous Shankill Road. You can't get any more loyalist than the Shankill Road.
So,
This road dates back to 455 AD. There's the Queen here, as you know, and there's King Charles.
I tell you what, I've not really got a dog in the fight, but I prefer the murals on the Irish side, to be honest.
This
That's it.
is
Freddy's fault.
Bernardo's Bar.
Is that bad?
So this is a remembrance garden here for 5 people lost their lives with an IRA bomb, and this shows you some of the atrocities as well. So there is a difference in the murals.
Yeah, they look like the murals on the Irish side look like the artistic murals.
Yeah.
Whereas the murals on here look like adverts.
Well, it says we can't say that. You get yourself up and shot right quick.
Oh, right.
You end up with a snooker table. Do you know what a snooker table is? You get shot to the ankles, knees, and elbows.
It's a real good job I'm not being filmed right now, isn't it?
Well, you don't have to live here, we do.
It is quite funny seeing angry Bunting. Do you know what I mean? like in my head, Bunting's like the sort of thing that you have at a children's birthday party.
Yeah, I know.
So just have really like angry, we're British Bunting.
So down here, this is loyalists, and that's Republican. That's the Catholic areas there, and this is the Protestant areas.
Oh wow.
This is one of the peace walls. There's about 48 peace walls throughout Belfast and stretch for about 27 miles. As it says, we're going to go up till one of the big peace walls. So you thought they're pretty small, but there's some ones even bigger than this.
Well, look, I'll be honest with you. The last time I got a tour of Irish history and peace walls was from a man called Abdul on Uber.
everybody's not happy with the peace process, but it's better than what we had. And how you know the peace process is working? I have a daughter who's 32 years of age, and the many friends she's lost? None.
Biggest thing that changed it was call centres.
What?
Call centres. This isn't a joke, this is me being serious. Because the Catholics and the Protestants then started working together. They were sitting on the same seats beside each other.
Yeah.
They were all on the same money. They all started socialising together. And that was the first time I seen people socialising together.
Yeah.
Was in call centres, because they were all in the same teams, and teams got incentives for getting so many sales, and they were going out drinking at the weekend.
That's what solved the troubles. £20 love to shop vouchers.
Thanks to BT and fucking broadband.
God bless you, Switch. Would you both be happy then if you live long enough to see these walls come down?
Of course.
Oh, we will unless they die next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see it in our lifetime, so we will.
So that'll be a great moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and there's mixed marriages, plenty of mixed marriages where Catholics and Protestants all are married together. And what happens is the city centre is buzzing at the weekend. You wouldn't know who's Catholic or Protestant, who's Loyalist, who's Republican in the city centre. The Hart Bar I was in on Saturday night, the place was jam-packed, and you wouldn't know who was who.
Let's smell your fingers.
Because everybody was just lumbering each other.
Yeah.
Let's smell your fingers. Did you get lucky on Saturday, did you?
Saying that. What we're going to do is we're going to go up the peace wall and let them set it, the big one.
Yep.
You know, when they're building things like these houses and stuff like that, do they have to make sure that they spend exactly the same amount of houses?
That's what happens. So you want to see if vacant houses in the Shackle Paddy at the moment, but they're building new houses for them, because the reason is Lorna Mona, right on the Mona bypass, they have to give the same amount of money. And that's what it's about.
Everything has to be levelled up, evened up.
Yeah. The Dalai Lama signed a peace wall. Bill Clinton signed a peace wall. The Dalai Lama wrote a famous peace quote. What Bill Clinton wrote? His phone number. I tried to get him a guard. But here, we're going to go over the other side of the peace wall, so we are.
Okay.
Go ahead, give me a speech.
Write a message with it as well.
Whatever you want. Write your tour dates.
Freddy fingered.
Okay, kids.
Oh wow. Look at that.
First time I've ever written this wall.
Really?
Yeah. Used to take people around it, and then I'm fucking signing it. 4th of October, SSE.
This is a play park which was opened several years ago.
Yeah.
Who plays in this? It's Protestant children.
Yeah.
And they're only feet apart from Catholic children. They hear each other playing, but they don't know each other. And that's sad, because this is 2024 and we still have divides. But we will see it, where these walls be taken down and our kids will be playing with each other. And know that they're just ordinary people. So they're ordinary kids. They all suffer from deprivation, suffer from unemployment. And what we want is our children to do well in life. It doesn't matter what side of the world they are. Because one thing we are proud of as Paddy Daly is Belfast.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're Loyalist or Republican, say something about Belfast, I'll tell you what, you end up with swollen testicles. So that's one thing you will end up with.
I bet those Chinese think your wall is fucking pathetic.
Aye, big time. That is a good.
I can tell you on the Catholic side, because there's a lot more
wheelie bins.
Well, I was going to say there's a lot more Jesuses in gardens.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a rubber bullet. What size do you think a rubber bullet is? Use your fingers
If
for
I had
scale.
to guess, I'd probably say that big. Whoa,
There it is.
fuck me.
The batteries are not out of it.
Smell it. Smell the top of it.
That's a rubber bullet.
Here's a question for you. So you said that the Bobby Sands hunger strike in 1981 was a turning point in the peace process, and that accelerated it. See? Listening.
Yeah.
Let's just, hypothetically, let's say Bobby Sands never existed.
Yeah.
Would you think that something else would have accelerated the peace process, or do you think that you'd still be in the situation where they are now? Like, do you think now would still be
the way it is?
Yes.
There would be something maybe in place, but I don't think it would have set off the whole political wing.
I see. So it wasn't an inevitability, like, because some things, you know, that are catalysts and stuff, they're inevitable. You know, just the way that the way that the seas of the tides are turning.
Yes.
It's an inevitability
Yes,
that
it's
something's going to change.
Yeah, I mean,
whereas
look at
Bobby Sands was more of a thing that just, it was so unique and it was such a unique set of circumstances that it galvanised everything and changed everything.
Yeah, I think it just sped it all up at that stage, because that was before social media and everybody having, you know, so it was like, how do we get recognition here?
I see.
And when you see about it, like, every TV station around the world had that story on the news. Bobby Sands is a member of parliament, is down on hunger strike. So it was like a massive news story, so it highlighted what was going on here. You just look at the whole Palestine and Israel conflict at the minute, and the fact that you can see, it doesn't matter what they try and stop journalists from putting out there, people have phones in their hands now and are able to do it. That's why they're trying to turn off the internet in Gaza, and they're trying to, because the world's seeing what they're doing. Now they're still getting away with it, but
I see.
there's a lot more people now. Like, there's protests all around the world now. There was protests whenever Bobby Sands was down, but after, like, he became a member of parliament, it was fucking huge.
Well, Paddy, show me the name of the street.
Yeah, it's called RPG Avenue.
See it?
Oh,
It's named
wow.
after an RPG, because the reason is the IRA killed two British soldiers in that street with an RPG. So it's actually called Beachmount Avenue, but like it's nicknamed RPG.
They keep changing it, the RPG.
Oh, I see.
Alright.
The bar up there, the Rock Bar, was hit by an RPG.
So there's some fucker that lives on number 7 RPG Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was, and one of the things that you both seem really proud of is how far Belfast has come, and the Belfast of today.
Yeah.
If I, oh holy shit, we're here. If there were 2 loyalists in the car, would they also be really proud of where Belfast is now?
Yes. Well, everybody's very proud of Belfast because it's a changing city. It isn't a city we grew up in, and we want our children to prosper. So we do. That's what it's all about. We're all very proud of Belfast, and we are nice people, and we're all funny as fuck. So we are.
So, we have literally just finished doing a tour with Jared McLeod here today. Done a tour of Belfast, brought Freddy round. What did you think, Freddy?
I think you're all pussies. Honestly, genuinely speaking, I've never in my life been to a city where there's history literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing that I've kind of taken away from it, is that it's like every wall and every house and every road has its own story, and I've never been anywhere like that before. It's so deep and layered. It was cool. It was genuinely really cool.
So if you were to live in Belfast, where would you want to live?
Well, as far as I'm as far as I could tell, the main difference between the Catholic side and the Protestant side was the bookies. So the Catholic was Paddy Power, and the
So it comes down.
yeah, and the loyalist was more William Hill. Do you know what I mean?
And what one would you go for?
Paddy Power all the way.
You know, we've changed them. This is an Englishman. He wants to live in my area, which is like Englishmen previously that lived in my area lived above us, maybe in a fucking barrack. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Now you just do want to live here. It just shows you, like, we fucking changed it. So not only do I have Irish bars in every fucking city in England, but now I got English people wanting to come and live in West Belfast. It was a fucking pleasure to have Freddy in the Falls Road and the Shankill Road and then we're in Belfast. And I think he gathered that it's a fucking changing city and it's a fucking great city. So here we go. Well done, buddy. Glad you done it, buddy.
Yeah, there we go.